Good afternoon.
Hello.
And welcome to our last time on here for Virtually Expo 2020. I'm genuinely even tired now, genuinely sad. It's been so much fun. We've had a whole weekend here while the boys are at Granny and Granddad's. Hello, boys. I said we'd say hello to them and everyone, so there you are. We've been here all weekend since Friday night when we started off with Back to the Future Dice Through Time, and we had an exciting time playing with lead designer Chris Leader. We followed that up on Saturday morning, didn't we?
We did indeed. We had Disney Hocus Pocus the game on Saturday. That was a lot of fun.
We did.
Being witches.
We managed to get one stun in, didn't we?
We did. And then we had Disney Villainous on Saturday.
We were all perfectly wretched with that. This morning, if you weren't with us, we weren't playing, we were looking at it. We ran out of time because we got overexcited. We were looking at Marvel Villainous, Infinite Power. And I'm just checking to make sure he's got no costumes on. I'm wearing my Cruella wig again because, let's face it, I'm not going to get to wear it much else unless I start school running it like this. So here it is. Enjoy.
Nice.
Nice.
It's a good look.
I've checked you to make sure there's nothing else odd going on there. So this afternoon, we are looking at some of our favourite Ravensburger games.
So it's a bit of a roundup of some of the other titles that Ravensburger have got out that are some of our favourites that we play here with our kids. And so if you've got any questions, please ask in the chat. Or if there's any games from behind us you want to have a quick look at, or you want a quick overview of.
Yeah.
But we are firstly going to be talking about the Minecraft game.
Minecraft Builders and Biomes.
Let's just go to our little intro screen here.
Wow.
It's called Minecraft Builders and Biomes.
Now, what made me laugh when I first saw this game is that it's for ages 10 to 99. And I'm glad. I can tell you how relieved I was that they brought out a board game, because we're a big board gaming family. It helps to keep the boys off their screens. But confession time, I am awful at Minecraft. The kids howl at me. I can't figure out which way is up. I dig through the floor and I just end up in a pit. So when they brought out board game, I was like, yes.
Your little man's just sort of constantly running into a wall.
He's just hacking the floor. He's going down. But I do try and play because I borrowed the boys' Minecraft. If you are a parent with one of these in your house, there he is, Minecraft Wolf. They are the cutest toys. Minecraft in itself is a brilliant creation. It's taught me so much. But now we've got the board game, I can join in with the boys and not look like such a noob, as they say. I'm a Minecraft
So the wolf
noob.
isn't part. Unfortunately, the wolf isn't part of the actual game here. He's just a little mascot we've got. So here we can see the actual Minecraft game, and let's take a little look at the box
here
first,
it is.
shall we?
Shall we move this over? I always still putting it. I haven't learned all weekend.
Put it that way up so people can see, not upside down.
So instantly recognisable. There's Alex and Steve.
Oh, well done.
I'm proud of myself. They're on the top, and it says the Ravensburger Minecraft Builders and Biomes. And for ages
should we have a look at
10 to 99.
the bottom of the box, because
it's pretty
that's
awesome.
I really love what they've done with the underside of the box here. So there we've got the classic Minecraft sort of block look.
I see a lot of that chopping stuff
inside of the Minecraft wood. I think my children will be cursing. I can't remember exactly what precise type of wood that is in Minecraft. It's very important.
You can have 60.
There you are. That's really quite neat. It sets the scene immediately, doesn't it?
It does, but that's like all of the Ravensburger games that are themed. They don't, it's not just a theme; it's a carried through, proper, solid theme. And I like that.
Absolutely. So the game we've got set up here, just to give you a quick overview and a gist of how you play. So the idea is that you have these stacks of tiles that will all be face down to begin with, and you get your little Minecraft man. What is it?
Alex and Steve.
Steve, isn't it? Or I think there's a lady.
There's a new one in there that we haven't seen.
There's a few ladies. But what's also very nice is that they give you little blank, these standees, they give you a little blank cardboard ones, or a few of them, so you can actually make your own little characters, just draw on them.
Yeah.
And then you're just like in Minecraft where you customize everything.
Yes.
You can make your own character, which I think that's great. So the idea of the game is that you're going to be traveling around
Minecraft world.
Yeah, between you in your world, exploring, fighting monsters, picking up weapons, and building buildings on your player board. So let's have a look at
the player board there.
So again, here's the player board with a lovely Minecraft themed back, and there we go. So the player board has got the different types of biomes already on it. You've got your snowy tundras, your desert, your forest, and your mountainous terrains here.
Yeah.
So I've done a U and got that upside down. There we are. with a score tracker around the outside. So that's to track your experience that you're building up, and that's how you win.
If you're playing with children, just keep a crafty eye on that. Just saying.
So you're spending your actions to either explore, so you can move. So the locations you move to are the sort of in-between spaces here, in between the tiles.
So you don't go on the tiles, you travel through the little
So that's because when you explore, for example, you're going to be flipping over the tiles to reveal new biomes. They're all upside down.
I'll help you.
Nope.
I've just destroyed a bit. Oh, sorry, I'm getting carried away there.
You're getting too carried away.
I know. Let's show
so
it all.
You do the 4 that are next to you there. So we've discovered a horrible zombie there.
It's not a zombie. Oh, it is a zombie, isn't it? Yeah. I get mixed up,
That's a zombie.
Sorry.
That's a creeper.
Sorry, kids.
And so combat's quite interesting in this game. You have these, I want to show you some of those. You have your weapons,
favourites.
Including,
oh no, it's
the
yellow.
green screen strikes
the poisonous
again.
potato.
A poisonous potato.
Who doesn't want a spud thrown at them?
So the idea is that you collect more weapons, and when you fight a monster or a mob, sorry, it's in Minecraft, isn't it?
Mobs, yeah.
You use the weapons you've collected, and you randomly mix them up, and you draw. I think it's 3. And
you count the hearts, don't you?
Count the hearts
versus
the monster's
So say
hearts.
you were fighting this. We'll fight a creeper. So say we were fighting this creeper down here. He's going to come up funny because he's green, but I want to have a look. What? An invisible creeper.
Invisible creeper.
So he's got 4 hearts. He's quite difficult to beat. So you would need to pull out. Where did I've taken him from his home? See there?
Yeah, so you can, that's why you want to collect the extra weapons. Like here,
diamond sword,
excellent.
Diamond mine.
Or you've got crazy ones like the TNT.
TNT, I love that.
And so on. So the idea of the game, how you actually win and score points, is you do get experience points for defeating the monsters, but the main point is the 3 scoring rounds.
Yeah.
And this is quite interesting because this is really a mechanism that's taken from more complex games to do with variable scoring. So there's 3 rounds in the game, and in each round what you're going to be doing is building your buildings onto your player board, so you can start covering
tiles,
up,
aren't you?
And you're trying to get multiple matching biomes in a contiguous block. And that's how you score points.
All of the different biomes are worth different values.
Yeah, so they're worth different values, and there are 3 different types of scoring in the game. So first of all, you're going to go for your biomes, your sort of landscapes, and then you're going to go for the buildings and what type of material they're constructed from. And then in the next round, you're going to go for the kind of type of building.
Yeah.
So there's like animal shelters or bridges or things like that. So you've got to think ahead. So if you're playing as an adult or an older child, you can play this quite strategically.
Yes, you can.
And think ahead. And if you're playing with children, perhaps
you just have
children
fun.
even a bit younger than the recommended 10.
Yeah, Hero's fine with it. He's 6 and he enjoys. He knows Minecraft, but then he plays the game.
Yeah.
And I think that's the draw with this game a lot.
But if you're playing with them, you can play it in a bit of a simpler manner where you're not thinking ahead quite so much. You're just kind of trying to collect the same colours or something like that.
It's good joy. They're building their Minecraft world, and I think it's tons of fun.
Yeah, so it summons up that theme of Minecraft of building and construction.
Yeah.
But the really interesting component of the game is how it deals with the resources.
I'm going to see if I can move it to the green screen. Oh, there it is, look.
It's gone green.
It's gone green. Okay, we'll bring it out again. Boo.
So the resources, so when you're paying for your tiles, you need to use the materials and resources from the Minecraft game. So
they're not free.
You've got obsidian and stone and wood and emerald, And so these come in these wonderful wooden blocks that you actually stack together into a big block.
It's like a big Jenga block.
And then there are rules each turn for taking the ones you want and which ones you're allowed to take, aren't there?
So you can take 2, but you're only allowed to take it if you can see the top and at least 2 sides. So I would take this one, that's fine. I could take myself some wood, and then it reveals each layer.
Reveals more, doesn't it?
And the clever thing about those, of course,
so it's also a timer, isn't it? Because when you've completely removed the top layer, then you do the first set of scoring, the second layer, the next set of scoring, and so on.
If you're playing strategically, there's a certain
so
you
again,
need to decide whether to hold off.
You can advance the round a bit quicker, can't you?
Or hold it down.
Yeah, and you've also got your wild card. The magical emerald is a wild resource, isn't it? That can be used for anything.
Yes, I love that. And it comes with a little holder, so you don't need to try and keep balancing it. You can put like a little cage around it.
Now I'm going to spill it everywhere because I want to have a bit of a closer look. But I'm probably going to
fingers crossed
throw it everywhere.
I'm going to get ready just in case.
Where will it go?
Right. So there it is. So it's pretty clever. Lots of really lovely quality as well. It's not splintery or anything. It's really nice. You've wrecked it. You're fired. You're fired for this one. Oh, look at that. If you beat So
this is a really fun game. There's actually a bit more depth than you would think at first from what you might consider to be a children's game, but it really is a family game because as we've said, there is some strategy and tactics to it.
Yeah.
You can sort of adjust how you're playing it depending on if you're playing with the kids or whether you're playing against your wife. Or significant other of some description.
You're sad and uncooperative wife. No, uncompetitive, non-competitive.
And it really brings forth all the features of the Minecraft game, doesn't it?
Yeah. The boys they're beside themselves, seeing like little parts of their favourite video game coming out, the TNT and the creepers and all those lovely creatures.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's a good way of getting your kids off of the screen, staring at Minecraft, and then staring at a cardboard version of Minecraft. Which is a lot better.
Yeah, but at least they're talking to me nicely in this, and not just like sighing in exasperation as I plummet through earth. So okay. So brilliant game. Yeah.
So let's move on now, and we're going to now have a quick look at Horrified. So this is a new game. Is it out yet in the UK?
I think so.
So it's quite new, and so the idea behind Horrified is that it's based on the Universal Studios monsters.
Love those monsters. This is a brilliant game. So this is going on our shelf along with Halloween's.
This is the kind of classic movie monsters of Frankenstein and his bride.
And his bride.
Bride of Frankenstein. That's Dracula. You have, of course, the Wolfman. Oh, I feel something strange.
I'm sure you do.
Coming over me. Is it a full moon? Oh!
Watch it.
Oh!
I can't even see. These are tiny teeth. Who gave me tiny teeth?
You've got tiny Dracula
I could just like nibble at people. It's a quick nibble at you.
So let's get rid of the Minecraft.
Oh, Minecraft wolf, you're going.
So Horrified, fantastic box to start with, isn't it?
Yes.
Very striking. You've also got the mummy.
Oh yeah, I see him. I'm just looking. Is that our toilet paper?
Shh. That's the mummy.
Sorry, I can see that now. I see it.
So Ravensburger, helpfully put in this chat, thank you. It did come out towards the end of 2019. Certainly in America it was out before we got it, wasn't it?
We saw it at Toy Fair.
I was very sad for a while.
You were.
So we've got the Invisible Man, the Wolf Man, and the creature from the Black Lagoon.
Black Lagoon.
I'm
excited about that.
And so
1 to 5 players and age 10 and up, it says. So I'm sure our boys will be really excited.
We haven't played this with the boys yet. We've had a quick try ourselves, but we didn't even manage to. We've only just got
looking.
it, so we've not even done a full game
I
yet.
just want to show you. Look, around the outside are the descriptions of the monsters as well.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. This is a superb box. I really like that. Nice.
So I love. So again, they've really thought about the experience of opening the box here, because you've got one of these sort of warnings about this may shock or horrify you, a bit like they used to do in
old-fashioned movies.
Those old-fashioned films, you know, as a sort of marketing gimmick. Don't come in if you've got a heart condition. It's terrifying. So that's on the back of the game board there. So if you want to open the board, you want to have a quick look. Some of
Would you want me to get some? We'll have a look. So here we've got I'm going to show. Oh, she's green. So look, that's the invisible one. It's not really. Okay, it's not. Is
that the invisible man? Was it?
I've got it right. Okay, there she is. That's Frankenstein's bride. There she is, there she is. Oh, she's twirling around. She's got a lovely dress on. You can see her hair.
Yeah, so you've got the movers in this one are actually really nice,
intricate, detail.
quite detailed little plastic miniatures, aren't they?
They are on the little
representing the monsters.
Let me just see. I'm gonna have to show you Frankenstein as well. Here, he's got his hands up. So where am I? Oh my golly, I'm learning. Okay, no, I'm not learning. Okay, yeah, look, I need help.
Oh, we can't do it.
Okay, right. There's Frankenstein. So you can see the amount of detail on it. It's really cool. We're going to have to watch the kids don't just kidnap these.
If you're into painting as well, you can paint these miniatures. I've seen some really, really nice paint jobs to make them look sort of, if you want a kind of realistic look sort of thing.
Here we go. Will Mummy show up? Where's my hand gone? Oh, no, Mummy's not showing up. But you can actually see he's got dangly. I'm coming at you again. Got dangly. I'm going up there. I'm doing it.
You're looming.
I'm not. Look.
Why don't we try that?
Yeah. Okay. So I can go closer that way, can't I? Right. Okay. So you can even see his toilet paper. Like, sorry, it's not his toilet. It's not toilet. You can see his bandages.
He's not just a poor soul that stumbled out of the toilet and kind of got wrapped in paper.
I'm pretty sure I've seen my kids do that. So there he is. I can't even see this. Oh, this is super detailed.
The Invisible Man?
He is the Invisible Man. He's got a lot of clothes on. I'm going to come up close. That's the Invisible Man. Don't look at my nail polish, which I've just wrecked trying to get things out. But don't look at them at all. There he is. He's like in a dressing gown. That was really cool. And who else have I got left? Oh!
I think it's a smoking jacket.
Oh, it's a smoking jacket. I'm very uncultured. Right. Purple. Well, purple. Oh, no, we've gone to the other camera now. The black Lagoon. He is awesome. You can see all of the little, what do you call them? Fins and dorsal fins on his back. Dorsal fins. The kids will think that's Hannibal from the A-Team. And, of course, why am I look, you're confusing me. This is Drac. Look at that. Hello, Drac.
Dracula. Okay, let's look.
Awesome.
The board here. Okay. So you've got a brilliant board representing all the different locations in that have come from the films. It's a generally sort of spooky sort of place with lagoons and rivers and laboratories and things like that. So the idea of the game is that you're going to be joining together. So this is another co-op game. I know how you love a bit of a co-op. You've got to work with people. So in all seriousness though, very good for children.
Yes,
because you can all join in a bit more and help each other out. And there isn't a loser.
It's great.
If there is, you've all lost together.
Yeah, you're lost together. It's the worst thing when your kids are
you.
crying if you accidentally win a game against them. It's a bit sad, isn't it?
So the idea is that you're going to choose a certain number of monsters depending on how difficult you want the game to be. So the beginning suggested pairing is the creature from the Black Lagoon and Dracula. And so they've got these wonderful boards themselves which explain how to defeat them and the sort of special powers that they have themselves. So those are the monster boards.
It's a gorgeous board, isn't it?
Yeah, the illustrations are really, really nice in this. So there are a variety of... Oh, let's have a look at these things. So the players then will also choose a character they're going to be. So these are really great because there's a huge... they've really thought about the diversity of these characters. There's more women than men for a start, which is...
unusual.
brilliant. And you've got young, old. There's a lady in a wheelchair. There's I love the inspector here. She's fantastic.
She's got
holding
your
up the badge.
hat.
Indiana Jones style hat on.
Yeah, there's a lot.
So those are really great, and so the players are represented with the player movers, and they've got a little standees.
So the little, well, there I am. I'll show you under here. So the little ones, and they're really lovely quality. They're very thick and they slot in really nicely. I've got nothing that's falling about, so really lovely quality and very sharp as well. Sharp on the print. So very nice. I'm all about the quality, all about the components. Quality.
Forget about the game.
Quality check. I'm like, it's like a sweet store down here.
So the idea of the game is that you're trying to defeat the monsters before you either become too terrified. There's a terror tracker here. There we go. That's at the top of the board here.
So that starts off.
And when players are injured or when the villagers get attacked, then the terror level can sort of go up.
Okay.
And the other way of losing the game is if you run out of monster cards, which we'll get to in just a minute.
I just want to say I've seen something interesting, and I think it says here solo play, and I know we've got a lot of friends who like to play games by themselves. So not all games that you can play by yourself, but just say solo play.
So I
did not know that.
Any co-op game you can generally play by yourself, but this has actually got special rules to help that out.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Or else you have to sort of be two, multiple players and things like that.
Yeah.
But that's a really nice touch that they've thought about that. So let's have a look at some of the cards you get with the game. So these are the monster cards here, and they're going to sort of they're going to mean the villagers appear onto this map. So if you want to have a quick look at some of the villagers there.
Villagers, here's a villager. This is a villager from the museum. This is Professor Pearson from the museum.
So they're the sort of innocent bystanders who get
Maria
caught up
from camp.
and attacked by the monsters.
Oh, God.
And so the monster cards are how the monster AI works. So the monsters are going to move around and attack, and these sort of cards tell you each turn how that's going to happen with quite simple little icons there to follow.
I like that.
So it's really quite easy. And so the other cards we've got are perk cards. So these are kind of rewards that you get in the game that are going to help you out. So hunter becomes prey. You can move the wolfman, taxi ride. There's all these sort of thematic little touches from the movies that
I love that they're in like sepia,
that give you bonuses. Yeah, sort of this
like retro looking.
Sort of retro,
old
isn't
cinema.
it? Yeah. So those are really cool. So on the board, these are the sort of items that you go around collecting, because it's really clever how they've done it, that the items have multiple purposes in the game.
There are three types of items, aren't there?
Yeah, so there's sort of the physical type.
Are the red ones. We've got intellectual blue ones and spiritual yellow ones, I think.
And you get a nice little drawstring bag that you're going to randomly select icons from.
Randomly.
Items.
I say randomly.
And the items are used to battle the monsters, to actually achieve the conditions in which you kind of corner the monster in the first place. So there's sort of multiple uses. So, for example, with the creature from the Black Lagoon, you have to. There's a little ship.
I'll move the
somewhere.
Ship. Yep.
There's a little ship that you have to move around to kind of find his hidden lair. And so you're going to use particular coloured items to move the ship around to the next of that colour and track down his lair. Then you can defeat him. So it says you've got to corner him and use one of each coloured item.
Yeah.
To
physical,
defeat
spiritual,
him.
And
whereas Dracula, for example, he's got these little coffins. And you're going around finding the coffins and destroying them, and then you place them on his board. And so you need I always forget what red is.
There's the physical items. Are red ones, yeah.
To do that, but then you need the spiritual items to actually defeat him.
I can see like steak, yeah.
So you're going to be using crosses and
here's a steak. There you are.
Garlic and that sort of thing to
garlic.
defeat him.
You can't.
So I like the first player.
Will always be
a
you.
lot of games have a bit of a strange thematic thing for first player, don't they?
Like Minecraft, it's the last person to mine a diamond, I think it is.
Right. And so this one is the last person to eat garlic.
Which
is the
will always
first
be
player.
me.
You're a garlic fiend, so...
I better learn how to play quick if I'm heading it up.
Right, so we've just given a very brief overview of some of the elements of the game. There's all sorts of different tokens, because each monster has got their own tokens.
Overlays.
There are different ways of winning, different setups. There's a lot of variability in here about which will change about how many monsters you face, which different combinations of monsters are harder or easier. So
it's gonna be
you're gonna get villagers appearing on the board in their correct locations.
Wolfman's tokens.
You're gonna get the monsters kind of hounding you and moving around and attacking you or villagers.
In the lagoon.
You're gonna get the players are also moving around the board and using their special ability. One of the monsters at all times is frenzied, so they kind of get extra attacks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so seems like there's a lot going on here, but the rules are really clearly laid out.
Yeah,
and I think
I've got the rule book here.
Once you get into it,
sure. It's very specific.
It's a really interesting game, isn't it?
Yeah, explains all the phases and everything. Oh, I'm so looking forward to this one. I
think now. Spider attack! I think with the spider attack, we're going to have to move on to a new game.
Okay, let's go. Let's look at my favourite, shall we?
Okay, so the next game we're going to be looking at is Jaws. Now, we were at another convention last year demoing Jaws, and it went down really well. It's a really interesting thematic game. It, of course, takes its theme from the film, which I can't remember when it came out now. It was in the 70s, wasn't it? Late 70s?
Yes.
Spielberg of the killer shark on Amity. Amity Island, is it?
Yeah, it is Amity Island. Remember we went to Amity Island in Universal years ago when we got married.
That's right.
It was very good. I miss it. This has got to be one of my all-time favourite games because I love sharks.
Let's have a look at the box here. First of all, it's got the classic image. It really sets the scene, doesn't it?
That is, yes. There she
is. From the
you can't mistake
from
it.
The film.
You can't mistake it, can you? This game is terrifically themed. Everything matches the movie. I was shrieking opening this box.
Gives you a brief overview there on the back. And so the unique thing about this game, which is very rare, not sure I've seen another game like this, but is that it's got two acts. So there's almost like two separate games in it. Just like the film, in the first half, it's about the hunt for the shark, the shark attacks on the beaches, the characters you're introduced to. And in the second act, it's on the Orca, which is Quint's boat in the film that they use to hunt down the shark and have a right old ding-dong at the end of the film, don't they?
You're going to need a bigger boat.
Yeah, we're going to need a bigger boat.
Yeah, so it's 2 to 4 players, ages 12 and up. But again, when we've played it and we've demoed it with lots of kids, different ages. Again, it's like house rules with family, and you can help each other out.
Yeah, absolutely. So this game is actually it's a kind of many versus one game, isn't it? So there's a co-op part of the game where multiple players can work together as the different characters from the film to hunt down Jaws.
Yeah.
But then, fantastically, one player gets to play Jaws.
Yes.
And I don't know what the shark. I don't know. I don't think the shark names himself and says, "I'm called Jaws."
I bet he does now when he's out there swimming.
Was it? I can't remember. Was it a girl?
I think
it was probably a lady shark.
I'm going to say it was a man.
So one player plays the shark, and it's a hidden movement game. So what that means is that
get to be sneaky.
The shark player gets to be sneaky, note down their actions on this little pad, and the other players don't know where the shark's going to pop up next.
It is great fun, especially if you're little. It's amazing being sneaky. It's amazing for me being sneaky as the shark.
So here we are with the instructions. So you've got a great bit of scene setting there with Amity Island, the defaced kind of tourist poster.
The lady's big smile.
Again, really nice rules layout. I love the way that the rules are so thematic as well, of the kind of 70s fonts and colours. It's fantastic.
Matches.
So there's the rules. So here we have the game board. So this illustrates the 2 acts of the game. So there we've got Amity Island itself for Act 1. And you flip over the board and we've got the kind of the sea with the remnants of the orca, which is Act 2. So let's have a look at Act 1 first of all.
Okay.
Just gonna pop.
So Act 1. Okay, so I move that. Let's try and move Jaws to the side.
Move Jaws out the way a
there
bit.
It is. So
there we've got the board.
Okay.
Let's zoom in on the board a little bit.
So do you want to take a look at the player boards first?
Yeah, so the player boards here. So here's the sharks one, and this. I mean, the shark's got a little tally of the number of swimmers that the shark has eaten.
That is great. That is amazing.
So you've got the sharks one, and then we've got a player board for each of the 3 characters that you can be in the game. So this is from 2 to 4 players. So you can have 4 players. 3 of them will be 1 character each, and 1 will be the shark.
Yeah. Or
you can have any other combination, but you have to play with the 3 characters to give you a fair chance of actually being the shark. So if you're playing with 2, then 1 person will just control these 3 characters, and so on. Or if you're playing with 3, then 2 people can sort of share these or work together to work out.
Yeah, you really do have to work together because they've got different things that they can do, and you need to be able to.
Yeah. So it's very thematic. Quint gets barrels that he's going to be shooting into the shark.
I've got some little barrels here.
Hooper gets a boat and
a
sonar device, a fish finder.
Oh, those are invisible again. Right, okay. So, oh look, I've done it.
Tiny barrels.
Tiny little barrels. You've seen them in the film.
And Brody, the police chief, gets some binoculars because he's constantly scanning the beach. He can close the beaches down as well.
There's his beach closed sign. It's exactly like in the film.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
Crazy. There they are. Those are Brody's tokens. And then we've got the fish finder, which is there. Really cute.
So the shark gets this little secret tracker booklet, which they write down their various locations as they're sneaking around. So the idea is each turn the shark will move to a different beach.
He does that because
there is actually a shark token, isn't there? A shark meeple.
He doesn't appear in this part though.
No, but we got the little shark there.
And these are the swimmers that will be out in the different parts of the sea that the shark is trying to score.
Yeah, so just like the film, each round the shark's going to pop up, and the shark's got hidden information, obviously. And so all they're going to say is that whether, which beaches they ate 8 swimmers from.
Yeah.
And also there are the barrels, if you shoot and miss the shark, they can be used as trackers. So the shark will have to say whether they passed through the space with a barrel in, for example. Yes. And Hooper can use his fish finder, which is the sonar, and ask a question about, are you in this space or are you in an adjacent space?
Yes.
So these are all the clues that the characters need to use to work out where the shark is and try and track it down. Fire 2 barrels.
That would be great, but remember, if you are the shark, you do also get some tokens which will allow you to evade capture. So one of them is my favourite, a feeding frenzy. So it says for 1 action, because usually the shark can only take 3 actions. So it's usually chomp, chomp, swim, or swim, swim, chomp, or just swim, swim, swim to get out the way. But this one, it lets you eat all of the swimmers at a beach, which is great news, because if there's Michael Brody, he's in the water, he's worth 2.
So that's
Police Chief Brody's
son, isn't it?
You get the opportunity to eat him.
You can actually, that's pretty personal.
That is. This time is personal. So in that move, instead of normally picking off the 1, you would pick, what are you doing? You can pick off 2 of them. So he gets some little tokens as well as you go along. Now they've all got they have to work together because they can't all do what everyone else can do.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to put them out just so you can see that.
So you've got the little wooden pieces representing the characters. So the police chief Brody can move through around the island only, and the other two are on their boats. And so it's a really, really thematic
It's crazy
act
that
sums up the hunt for the shark. It's
only
really
Brody
great
can
fun.
go on land.
You got these fantastic. I love the
events.
illustration there, just so colourful.
So that's kind of how the game turns, isn't it?
Yeah. So these are revealed each turn that say where the foolish tourists are going to pop up, and new swimmers are. Even though they're getting eaten, new swimmers are popping up in the different beaches.
Because no one believes Brody.
No. So let's now have a quick look at Act 2.
Okay, I'm ready.
What you need to do there is just flip the board in anger. So what's great about this is that the shark, there's no real winner or loser of the first part of the game. It just depends on when you actually manage to attach two barrels to a shark, how many swimmers they actually manage to eat feeds into the next act of the game. So the more swimmers the shark eats, the more special abilities the shark gets to foil the characters, and the less the characters get gear, which are sort of items and weapons that they use to try and defeat the shark. So you're always gonna, there's no loser at the end of the first half, the first act.
No.
You can always kind of claw it back. So that's quite nice.
I always put these on the wrong way.
So again, the lovely boards that flip over for the next act, where there's different information you need for each act. The same with the characters that tell you how to set up and what gear they start with. And there are these little
rolling die.
There are dice, and there are these little sort of trackers you can use here that you pin to the things to say how much health you've got and that sort of thing.
Right.
That's really neat.
So did you talk about shark abilities?
I have not.
You've not spoken about shark abilities.
So
depending on how many of the lovely swimmers you've managed to eat in the last round, depending on how sassy you are as a shark, you can get some shark ability cards. So the little card from before will tell you. So say I, as the shark, had eaten 6 swimmers, I would get 7 shark ability cards, and the crew would get 6 crew cards.
Yeah.
So shark ability cards.
So the second act of the game, again, really thematic, and I love the use of these tiles. So what's going to happen is that you get, again, it's hidden movement, and the shark is choosing where to pop up to attack the crew members. So the crew members go on the boat, and they're there and can move around in different parts of the boat. And each time the shark is going to get 3 resurface cards.
Okay.
And what they do is give different parts of the boat that the shark's going to pop up out of, and the sort of attacks it's going to do, and its sort of defense value that one is. And so the shark will secretly choose a location A, B, or C, and you use these little tokens, and we'll push a token forward. It's obviously blank on the back, and then we'll flip it eventually to reveal where they pop up. So before they do that, the characters get a chance to move and to try and guess or infer or work out where the shark is most likely to pop up. And they get to use their gear cards, which have got all sorts of exciting items you can use, like
got rifles
actual
and ammo,
weapons like pistols, but then there's ammo as well you need to use. Harpoon guns, fishing nets.
There are things you can attach to the shark.
You can attach things to the shark by hooking them with a hook or firing a spear.
Savage.
Yeah, so it's a pretty savage battle, and it's quite difficult for the characters because they quickly run out of ammo, and you're often, we've had games, haven't we, where the final victory is Brody trying to bash the shark with a hammer, or something like
horrible.
that, which is just
that's not going on TV.
It can get sort of quite tense in the end. But the lovely thing about the tiles here is that when the shark pops up, so again, you can use your little shark token, shark meeple, to pop up in a particular place. they can attack a crew member if they're in the water.
Yeah.
So
say the boat had been...
Let's say that the shark comes here. The shark can choose to attack the boat itself, and they're going to roll the dice, and if they succeed, you flip the tile over, and...
that's part of your boat.
Oops, I've gone the wrong way. Let's zoom in.
Part of your boat is
destroyed. So your boat sort of gets damaged and starts sinking, and then your boat can actually get destroyed completely, and the character will fall into the water where they're extremely vulnerable.
Also vulnerable
to the shark attack.
Mm-hmm.
And so these are little tokens used to say where the character is targeting.
Yes.
Maybe they think the shark's going to come there, and so they're going to fire a rifle in that direction, or throw a flare at the shark if they're next to them,
or bash them with a hammer.
And so there's a little bit of randomness in this part, just with these lovely.
Like glassy dice.
These lovely kind of dice which indicate for the shark and the characters how many hits they do.
They're blood red.
Ooh.
Blood red. It's always exciting rolling those, especially if you're the shark.
So I think as you touched on, the shark's got some secret special abilities.
Shark abilities
that they can use that will give them bonuses, and big mouth. That's a great one.
He's able to do all kinds of things, which I think is fair, given that all he gets to do is pop up otherwise, isn't he? So,
Pop up and take a chunk of the boat.
Pop up and take a chunk. I'm on the side of the shark here.
So we love this game, don't we?
Yeah,
it's
so
extremely thematic, because you have that sort of co-op aspect. You can include your kids or people that are not too great with rules and that sort of thing, and help them along. You get the sneaky aspect of the poor shark player who if they're really good is actually
it's great,
quite tricky, isn't it, to avoid the shark?
Yeah, and it is.
And if they're really bad, then they're just like throwing their hands up in frustration of getting caught again.
What could it be?
And you get this showdown at the end, where quite often at the end the boat is just like in the film. So again, incredibly thematic. Just like in the film, you sometimes you literally have Brody, on the last remaining piece of boat, and sort of like
hanging in there.
Hooper's in the water over here or something, and the shark's here, and it comes right down to the wire as to who's going to win.
So on we'll show you. You have if you are one of these, say you're Quint, your life counts down. There are little plastic bits that move down as you die. Yeah. Every time you get bitten, die. Sorry, Quint. Sorry.
So that is Jaws. So
that's one of my favourites.
One of our favourites.
Probably. Yeah, huge love for this game. Yeah. And the kids love it too. The glee on their faces when they're a sneaky shark scoffing.
Absolutely.
Especially if they outwit you. That's the best thing. Yeah.
Okay, so that's the 3 games that we were going to talk about today.
Yeah.
Don't forget that Ravensburger have got a huge selection of games.
Yeah, amazing games.
You can see some of them behind us. So we should talk very briefly about Disney Villainous. You want to grab that one?
I'm going to grab the base set.
So
this is the first one that came out. Shall I hold it up here?
Yep.
Okay, so this is the first one that came out. It has Maleficent on the front. It came out 2018. The Worst Takes It All. This, if you didn't catch our Perfectly Wretched Expandalone episode, I'm not sure what to call it, episode. This is the base game for that. There are 6 villains in here. You can be one of 6 villains from Disney stories. You play the bad guy, and you get to try and complete your bad guy business before everyone else, while sabotaging them with heroes from their own stories. Villainous, I've got to say, is probably our most played family game, isn't it, as a family?
Yeah, it is.
We've got sharks in the way. We don't need to have sharks in.
Because of the Disney connection.
The Disney collection, yes. I mean, we were married in Disney World, so we'd gone for Disney. But even if we weren't Disney players, we had a lot of people coming to us at the expo last year saying that, even though they're not huge Disney fans, this is a terrific game. Absolutely top notch.
You get
top notch.
You get to players at your favourite Disney villain, and there is now with this game and the expandalones, so the expansions that are also
Playable by
2 or
themselves.
3 player games by themselves. You can mix and match any of the villains together. And so I think now there's a roster of like 15 different villains.
Yeah, 15
So certainly
villains.
all the major villains are now covered.
Yeah.
And they're all unique. They've all got different powers, different abilities, different ways of winning.
Different setups.
Different setups, which are all really nicely explained in your little helpful booklets you get with them. Tell you how to play that villain.
A lot of
so you
giggles.
can dive right in. So this is a favourite of ours because it always comes down to the wire, isn't it? If you're about the same sort of skill level, then it's always like one turn in it, isn't it, as to who wins.
You try and stay silently praying that you're going to win, and then humble pie time. So we love that one. So Disney Villainous. I'm going to say that's if you're looking to buy a game to get into board gaming, especially moms. I wasn't into board gaming until probably later in my life. And a lot of the games I play, I would never... I mean, Disney Villains is one I'd immediately be drawn to because of the cover anyway. But a lot of the games I play, say like El Dorado, I would never have picked up El Dorado to play. So don't judge a board game by its cover, I'll say. Not a book, because plenty of judging to be done on book covers, but not a board game. Some of my favourite games, I've looked at the theme and I've been like... But they're fantastic. El Dorado is one of my favourites.
Yeah, so this is a game by Rainer Knizia, the one and only living doctor who's literally created hundreds of games. Extremely famous German board game designer. This is a great fun game that introduces the concept in games of deck building. So where you're creating your own little deck of cards to help you out. And so the idea of this game is it's a race, isn't it? It's a race to find the lost city of El Dorado. So let's have a quick look at, just because I love the little cards.
They're gorgeous, aren't they?
So here you get to construct your own map using various templates that you can use for the route to El Dorado.
And get some of the little...
You use...
There's some of the cards for
There's
you.
lots of lovely little cards here that let you traverse across different terrain.
And also you
use
have...
different abilities.
The meeples are quite spectacular, aren't they?
Yeah, you've got the lovely little explorer type meeples.
And it is a race.
So this is a really colourful, really fun game. It can play differently every time, and you really get the kind of feeling that you're an explorer kind of racing against the others, and a little bit of sort of Indiana Jones-esque fashion almost to try and get to the lost city of El Dorado.
It is great buying the cards and building your deck to suit your mission to try and get there.
Yeah, I just love the cover for that one as well.
And there are some expansions for this one as well, aren't there?
Yeah, there's expansions to give you different terrain,
heroes and hexes,
different cards. If you love it as much as we do, there's a lot of variety there to be had.
Yeah.
So if you're a bit more into dinosaurs, this is our 8-year-old's favourite.
This is his favourite because he beats us. That's why.
Jurassic Park and dinosaurs.
Yeah, there is that. This is a terrific box.
I think this one, for me, it sort of it sort of flew under the radar a little bit, and it really is a really interesting and fantastic game that you build up.
The board is amazing. In
you build up the whole. What's it called? Isla Nublar, is it, from Jurassic Park?
Yeah.
You can be one of the characters from the film.
Yes.
Dr. Grant, isn't it?
Yeah.
I can't remember now. Nedry. And this, again, each character's got their own unique deck. And there's a really interesting mechanism in this where the number of cards you have left is like sort of your health. So you sort of die when some cards you use for a really good ability, but then they're gone. And so there's a balance of, I really want to do that and defeat the dinosaur or escape from a dinosaur, but do I risk kind of reducing my health?
I'm going to show you some of the dinosaurs. Here they are, look. The kids love being the dinosaurs.
So missed a comment from somebody in the chat. This looks sweet. I'm not sure what it is. It all looks pretty sweet.
All sweet. Take your pick. The kids love being the dinosaurs.
Yeah, so this is a bit similar to Jaws in that someone's the dinosaur, aren't they? And then the other players are the different characters from the film.
Working hard to avoid those dinosaurs.
Working hard So you kind of construct a map using the hexes. You've got lovely little dinosaur meeples like you showed.
Yes.
You've got kind of electric fences
that
you try and turn on and off to stop the dinosaurs or corral them.
Yeah,
and
all of it.
Again, the dinosaurs have got their own cards. With an interesting sort of top and bottom
I love the little
action mechanic
Yota Raptor
going on there. So Lyoto, our 8-year-old, loves playing the Raptors in this. So it's a really fun thematic game that, again, is actually quite strategic. It isn't a sort of, pure kids game where you're just rolling a dice and moving or something like that.
Yeah.
It requires very careful manipulation of your cards if you want to do really well at it.
You want to know how difficult is it? Well, it depends. Surprisingly, I found it harder than my 8-year-old when he was chasing me through the underbrush as a raptor, but he found it great. I think... So
it recommends 10 and up on the box, I'd say.
We did help.
That's about right, but our 8-year-old plays it with a little bit of help.
Yeah.
After a couple of games, he was into his stride, really.
Yeah.
So certainly...
Yeah, around the 10-year-old, 10-year-old. Oh, thank you, White Wizard Games. That's really nice. You're enjoying it. Thank you. We're trying to string it out because we're having such a good time as well. So, yes, I recommend it. But it has gone under the radar, this one. That definitely, hasn't it? Yeah, it's
a fantastic license, and I think it's a really good game as well.
Especially for dinosaur fans.
And it's got a great... I love the
Raptor.
The box.
There you are. Yeah, there we are. Look, can you see the spot gloss? It looks... Is that spot gloss as well? Slash gloss.
Yeah,
slash gloss.
Dinosaur slash.
What else have we got that we
gloss.
really enjoyed?
So, of course, there is Ravensburger's more classic games. Castles of Burgundy is one of our favourites.
And this is an example of one I'd never pick up.
Strategic Euro game. So there is a new deluxe edition that's just come out that we haven't been sent yet. But this is the classic version. Now, I kind of quite like the look of this. I kind of...
Who brings these games in?
I think it's something about being a man. I don't know. Possibly, who knows, or just being bit weird.
But I love it.
But you're a kind of prince in... I don't know what century it is. Yeah.
Your history is shocking. Okay, Are you an olden day prince?
It's a classic game by Stefan Feld, and it really is
I love it.
a point salad sort of game where it's very positive and that you're constantly earning points from doing various things. You're rolling dice, but then really being very strategic about how you use them and building up your little sort of province of France, isn't it? With castles and lovely little sheep and animals and things like that. So it's a really classic game. Sort of strategy game.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
And again, so once the kids have gotten used to the games a bit more like sort of Jurassic Park and that, you can try and sort of sneak on to other ones.
Should we talk about a kids game?
Yeah.
This is big money. We played with this one at the toy fair this year, and I had kids throwing the money everywhere. I'm going to have to show you the money. It's a bit of a cross, isn't it?
So I think this is possibly my favourite game box.
It's like a Sunday afternoon game.
It's just stunning. At the side there, it looks like a big wodge of cash.
This is for young wheeler dealers, this game. It's like a cross between poker, Yahtzee, and Monopoly.
Yes, because I love the sparkly box.
Big money. So basically you are trying to build your portfolio as an entrepreneur, and it can either pay out or it can go horribly wrong. And the great thing about this is that you're paid in zillions. So here they come. Zillions. So you can imagine with the kids, we're like, it's zillions. Okay, so you can, but the horrible thing for us as grown-ups is that you can instantly also, you think you're doing really well in building a portfolio, and you could instantly have a crash in the market and lose everything. And your kids are laughing at you, and you're silently crying inside. Yeah,
so there's a lot of randomness, a lot of silliness. This is a great game to play with kids. It's a great game to play after you've had a few drinks.
It's a Sunday afternoon game. It's a Sunday afternoon game with all the money.
You've got a very noisy dice shaker, which everyone loves to rattle about.
Yeah, and it's You can see, so you get like poker style playouts for 5 of a kind, little straight.
You get these different cards, different stocks and industries that you can kind of invest in.
So you can buy.
And then you get these terrible events that
biz
happen.
News, in the
like
biz news.
The stock market crashes in a particular industry and that.
You lose everything. So you can
It's a great, silly, party, fun game, isn't it?
Great. And we're literally throwing the money everywhere at this point with the kids. It's like, yes!
Yeah.
I won't do it because we'll end up picking it up all afternoon. I might do it anyway. So it's great fun. Everyone that's played this has had like a hilarious time. Granny loves this one as well. She loves holding the zillions. You can see the kids have got a massive stack and you've got like 3.
A massive stack of cash.
Massive stack. So that is a great one to play. I really enjoy it. It takes probably about half an hour, I reckon. About half an hour.
Yeah, it's quite a quick game, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so I think.
Are we running? Oh, we're coming up to the hour.
We've given a good. So unless there's anybody in the chat that wants to look at any of the other games.
You're so right. I can see Ravensburger there, and they're right. The kids will beat you and take all your money. It's like real life, isn't it? Let's face it. They'll beat you.
It really gives them a good chance to win, doesn't it? That game.
It does. Yeah, and we've got loads of other Ravensburger games that we love, like Las Vegas, haven't we? All the Villainouses. We could go on forever. There's lots to choose from.
Indeed. So the weekend's come to a close. If you want to catch up with the streams we've been doing this weekend, you can look on Twitch in the videos section on Ravensburger Global, that account. Also on the YouTube account for Ravensburger UK.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I think the Back to the Future Dice Through Time one isn't there yet, so hopefully we'll get that one put up.
I hope so. I enjoyed that.
So that's a great one to watch if you're into Back to the Future. We have a big quiz with one of the lead designers, Chris Leader, and he's a fantastically fun guy who knows everything about Back to the Future.
Sadly, outscotted us.
Yeah, and so we have a lot of fun on that one. Go and catch up with that. We also, there's one about Disney's Hocus Pocus, the game.
Yeah.
If you want to see me with a witch's hat on, that's the one to watch.
I do.
It's a bit strange.
It's great.
Also see Our Pet Rats.
Our Pet Rats
have a starring role at the beginning of that one.
That was fun filming.
We've looked at Disney Villainous, Perfectly Wretched as well. That's a fantastic new addition to the Disney Villainous series.
Yeah.
You got Cruella de Vil here.
Oh, it's me!
We've got Pete the Cat, Mickey's Nemesis.
Gab had a hat for that too, if you missed it.
Mother Gothel from Rapunzel. What else did we do? Marvel Villainous today. The latest and greatest. That's hit with a big splash. A really fantastic game in the Villainous line that has all of the brilliant features of Disney Villainous, but with the Marvel characters and some additions as well. So it makes it even more interactive and strategic.
Super interactive and really villainous.
So check out that video because there's some power on display there. There is some power, special effects, and fun.
Some false claims as well. I'm going to say some false claims. Some false claims.
I think I don't think so. And today, of course, we've had a little look at the in this stream at the other Ravensburger games you can find.
A selection that you can
online or in all good stores.
Yes. That's it. Are we doing anything for PAX Online?
I have no idea. I mean, Ravensburger, they want us to do something.
Zillions!
I mean, you're going to have to slap down these zillions.
He's going to be waiting for his new copy.
I don't know if there are any plans yet, I'm sure.
Not a clue.
So our good colleague has said that the North American guys are going to be doing something, hopefully. So that'll be excellent. So that's about it from us, I think.
That's us, sadly. We've got to tidy this mess up now.
We've got to tidy this mess up. We've got to allow the kids back into the house.
That's it. So
put all the million games back on. So just before we end, I'd just like to say thank you very much to my lovely wife, Sarah Jane.
Thank you.
She's really worked very hard on this. This is our first experience of streaming. It's been interesting, stressful, fun. She's been brilliant and has kept me going when every piece of computer technology has crashed or exploded in flames. etc.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you to Chris Leader for joining us, and to, I can't even get his name
Mike
right.
Mulverhill
I keep
joined
calling
us
Mike Mulner.
on the Marvel Villainous. Mike Mulner.
Yeah, if he wants to change his name.
He joined us in the chat. Also, Ken Franklin and Kevin Rogers, I think, both joined in the chat.
Yeah, they joined in. That was lovely.
For the Back to the Future stream. So thanks to you guys for chipping in and answering any of the sneaky questions that people posed. I'd
like to thank you for making all of the studio magic happen. It's been amazing. We would never have been able to do it without Gav. So he's worked super hard. He's been up to like 2 every morning.
I am a technical genius because, as you know, I am Iron Man.
I'm not sure I'm going to recover from this week. Oh! Well, I've enjoyed wearing the wigs. You've enjoyed wearing the costumes. Let's hope there's another opportunity to do so. Otherwise, we're just going to become frustrated cosplayers.
Okay. Right.
So lovely to see you all. Thanks everyone for joining. It's been great to see familiar people in the chat, and it's been great to meet some new friends too. So I think that's all. Is that all from us?
That's all from us from Virtually Expo.
Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Let's go and let you guys go and play some bloomin' games.
I'm going to go to sleep.
Bye. See you later. Bye.